Well, I suppose he's a classic postmodernist artist. He had this sort of superficial persona which he changed time and time and time again, so you couldn't nail him down, but there was a constant theme with him. He had something to say, he had something important to say. Then I suppose like any great artist, he was able to reflect the world back to us and not only make sense of it for us, but to guide us. And I think in a way that's why we're all so deeply sad about his passing today, because we've lost a crucial guide in our life to make some sense of this crazy world that we live in.
And yet he touched people so personally. That's been clear today. So putting those two views together is quite difficult, isn't it?
I think for me they fit together. I mean, you know, when we went on air this morning, that was what I said was, when somebody dies, what's desperately sad about it is that you lose a world, because you lose the way that they see the world. And actually there's a kind of a lovely symmetry between those thoughts, isn't there? You know, we lose his perspective, and also there's something about that generation. You know, he's this leading light of the generation who taught us what it is to be an adult now, how to be a grown-up in the modern world, which, you know, involves not growing up. So we don't want him to go. You know, we're like, no, but David, you need to tell us what to do. You can't go. That's one of the things that's so terribly and so personally devastating about it.
He's not allowed to go. He's this figure which is so present in our lives, and even though he withdrew himself over the last decade after the heart issues, he still felt very big in our lives. And when he came back with the album the next day, and then even Lazarus, you know, these are powerful pieces of art. And I've described him as the Picasso of pop, and I think that's exactly what he was. He was a true artist. Forget about him being a pop singer. He elevates above that. So great artists, whether it's Pinter or it's Picasso, it doesn't really matter. Here was a man who did something quite extraordinary for us as humanity. That he showed us what it was like to be alive.
And he was brave, wasn't he, to wear a woman's dress on an album cover in the early 70s.
Yeah,
it's extraordinary.
You know, you see that Top of the Pops moment, which now, you know, we watch with David Bowie with his arm round Mick Ronson's shoulders, and of course we kind of take that for granted, but that's part of the job of pop music, is to have that conversation first, to, you know, bring those issues into the mainstream before we're ready. That conversation always takes place. The cultural dialectic is always ahead of where we are as a society.
Thank you both so much, Lauren Laverne, Will Gompertz, for coming in. We could talk for several more hours. We probably will, won't we? We've covered just some of the key moments of David Bowie's life, an impossible task to get to them all, and the emotion and loss many people will be feeling today.